Every business has its own set of costs and expenses in order to run it. As a delivery service, we have identified the possible costs the business may incur as it runs its course. Businesses when they compute such costs to determine profit or loss. There are different types of business costs, but we will focus on three categories, namely fixed, variable, and mixed cost. Fixed cost is the cost which remains fixed irrespective of the level of the output. Examples are rent, salaries of employees, advertising and promotional campaigns, etc. Variable cost is the cost which changes with the change in the production, such as raw material, wages of labor, energy used in production, etc. Lastly, mixed costs have both fixed and variable characteristics. A mixed cost contains a fixed portion of the cost incurred even when the facility is idle and a variable portion that increases directly with volume. With the bank, all the costs Get and Go will incur, starting with the fixed cost.
The business identified 5 fixed costs. Beginning with rent, the headquarters of Get and Go pays monthly rental. A fixed amount will be paid throughout the length of the contract signed. Next is insurance. As a business with a lot of different employees, it is vital to have insurance to keep the interests of the business and its members safe. Insurance plans come with different price points as the coverage goes wider. The business would have to either pay this on a monthly or quarterly basis. Third, legal expenses. This incur for using the legal services by the company. Fourth are the administrative staff's wages. Our administrative staff, who will be responsible for all office and management related work, will be paid a fixed monthly salary. Lastly, the business's advertising costs. As we are a starting business, we would need to put our services out in public. Advertising services such as print and digital are taken into consideration. Facebook offers a fixed rate when you put up an ad that covers a particular demographic in the selection. We now proceed to identifying the variable costs. Repairs and maintenance is considered as there might be instances wherein some office equipment would suddenly malfunction or get damaged. The office will also need to utilize various supplies to meet the outputs needed. The cost may vary on a monthly basis as some supplies may run out very quickly and some do not. The company will also be responsible for the costs of fuel expenses for the riders of the vehicle in delivering the items to our clients. This expense will also fluctuate depending on how far the location is, how routes are planned by the riders, and the rates of fuel expenses.
We end this by putting into mind the different mixed costs. There are 5 different mixed costs that may be incurred. First, electricity. The electricity bill of the office may either be high or low depending on the usage of the employees. The cost is affected by the number and duration of use of the appliances. Next would be the wages and commissions of Get and Go partners or riders. The salaries of our partners, which is our riders, will be based on the minimum wage implemented in Davao City. Aside from that, they will also earn a little commission after every successful transaction. The amount will depend on the distance of the delivery. Internet subscription will be the indispensable mixed cost. The office will need to have internet access to be able to communicate with its clients and partners. Most internet subscriptions nowadays come into a plan that also includes landlines. A subscribed rate will be paid plus additional charges if the coverage of the plan is exceeded. We also take into consideration to have a company phone which would utilize a mobile postpaid plan. Similar to the case of the monthly internet subscription, the postpaid plan for the business mobile number will also be based on the base plan fee plus additional charges whenever the scope of the plan is exceeded. Last but not the least, the office water bill. The bill will depend on how the employees consume such commodities. Business costs may make the business run, but when poorly managed, it could also halt business. As business owners, allocating a budget to sustain such costs on a monthly, quarterly, or yearly basis is crucial. That's all for our group. Thank you so much for listening.